Did the US win this arm wrestling match with the EU? Donald Trump is celebrating his new trade deal with the EU.
This is probably the biggest deal ever reached in any capacity, trade or beyond trade.
But the EU? Not so much. Under the new agreement, almost all EU goods, including cars, will be slapped with a 15% baseline tariff starting August 1st. There are some exceptions. For example, aircraft and certain chemicals will face no tariffs. And then some things are still being worked out, like whether beer or alcohol should be taxed too. Meanwhile, the EU will implement no new tariffs on US imports. This asymmetry is part of a US strategy to reduce its trade deficit with the EU and boost American exports.
I think that the EU is somehow hostage of the United States and in this situation, mostly because it's not only about trade. I mean, of course, commercial relations are important, but we know that Trump is willing to use all the linkages and all the EU dependencies to get certain kind of outcomes. And we know that the EU is, at this stage, is still very dependent on the United States when it comes to defense, but also to the technology.
Brussels also agreed to buy $750 billion worth of oil, gas, nuclear fuel, and liquefied natural gas over the next 3 years. And that's not all. The bloc also pledged to invest $600 billion in the US, including in military equipment. Companies here are relieved that tariffs are lower than the 30% previously floated. Still, the new deal leaves them worse off than before. Germany's Foreign Trade Federation calls it an existential threat to many German retailers. And the Association for Germany's flagship auto industry says the deal is a burden in times of transformation.
But when you look at the economics, and when you look where we sit at the start of the year, namely with hardly any tariffs, the European Union will clearly lose from this deal. The European Union will see the negative economic impact, even though at 15% tariff rates, this will not be the end for the European economy.